Kenneth G Hasty, raw, in 3, 2, 1.
Greetings everyone, Kenneth G Hasty here, business growth consultant and trainer. Once again, to have a free video to help business owners and salespeople to help grow your business and grow your territories and make some more money. So today's topic is called, what do top salespeople do differently? You know, face it, every company has the top salesperson or the top salespeople and the ones that are not. So, you know, what makes them differently? They're all intelligent people, they're all personable, you know, but the top shine, and there's a reason for it. So I'll go through just some of the things, and if you have salespeople or if you're out making sales calls, and make no mistake, if you own a business, you are a salesperson. So here's how it works. First off, they know their stuff. When they go in, somebody talks to them, they're prepared, they understand their market, they understand the competitors, they understand. So they're a resource for whomever they're speaking with. So they don't go in and just bluff and, you know, and just chat. You know, they're there for business and they talk and they're, you know, very efficient at it. Two is they maximize their business hours. So what does that mean? You know, you can generally only speak with people during their office hours or the hours that they're open. So typically that's 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 or what have you. So the top salespeople are not doing their expense reports during that time. They're not doing their researching and planning at that time. They are talking with and communicating with prospects, you know, and customers. Because pretty good chance that the more prospects and customers you can communicate with in a day, the more sales you're going to get, wouldn't you say? Because a lot of people, you're working, no doubt about it. You know, a salesperson is like, well, I take half a day off on Fridays because I got to do my expense report and my planning and all that. Well, that's fine, but you just lost a half a day of selling. So if you're working 5 days a week, that's a big chunk of that. You know, in fact, a half a day for how many times? 10 weeks? You just lost a week, you know? So something like that. So anyway, maximize your time. It's very important. They research and target their prospects. So what does that mean? They don't just, you know, randomly call people or walk in. They will, you know, they might leverage a current customer, a current prospect, and get a warm lead or what have you. But once they're on it, once they got their teeth into a prospect, they want to know a lot about. They're curious, you know, so they want to know a lot about that prospect. So when they finally go and they interface with that prospect, they're doing it from a position of knowledge, and they're more credible and can be more of a resource. So they're not going in blind, just winging it by any means. They think big. You know, I think back to when, you know, actually a number of businesses I've been in, and the company would have packages, and the bottom, I don't call it bottom feeders, because that's not fair, but the salespeople that were less confident and the salespeople that were less skilled always sold the cheapest stuff. So if there's like a starter package or an entry package, you know, something that's kind of your minimum, you know, your minimum viable product, that's what they sold. And they'd try to get a discount on that. Because in their mind, well, that's going to be the easiest, you know, the lowest barrier to entry, and people will buy that. And a lot of times they're thinking from their own socioeconomic level. You know, if you look at if you're selling something that's, let's say, a car, okay, and you know, you think like, wow, you know, maybe a new Toyota Corolla, maybe be a pretty high-end car, and it is indeed a good car, but that's kind of where you stop it. So now somebody comes in, and if you're judging your customer and you're just trying to sell them a Corolla, then what if that person would have bought a brand new Lexus, you know, for 3 times the price or 5 times the price, you know, or a new Mercedes or what have you, Rolls Royce, you know? You need to, first off, listen to the customers, which the top salespeople do, and then present at their level. And be shameless. Don't be afraid of it, you know. So then they build relationships. That's really important too. They're not just in there selling, they're bonding. So now they're becoming a credible resource for the team, a go-to person, and as long as people keep going to you, you're going to keep selling a lot, okay? Then they're shameless closers. they're always asking for the order. They're going, hey, we got a great deal on these today, or hey, you're getting kind of low on these, or I noticed you bought 4 of these last month. How's that going? I need to get you 6 this month, et cetera, et cetera. They might even go for a whole year's supply. They might say, look, I see that you buy 10 of these a month, but if we've got a package deal. If you buy 150, then it probably costs you about the same as buying 10 a month if you get them all at once. But the salesperson gets them all that day, so that's pretty good for that month, right? Then they call in favors. I've done it. The top salespeople I know always do it. It's the end of the month. You haven't made your quota, or maybe you have, and you're trying to get your next big bonus, whatever, and you're short. You can call the people you've bonded with and say, man, I know you're probably going to buy this anyway in a few weeks or whatever, but it really, really helped me right now if I could go ahead and get the order. And you know what? So many times they're happy to help, Okay, then we've got the network. The top salespeople know the other people in the business. So they can call and say, hey Joe, I'm getting ready to call on this guy, Acme product over here. Do you do any work with them? What can you tell me about them? And they do that back and forth for each other. So now it's a team effort, and they go in prepared, and they're a lot more likely to sell when they go in. Last but not least, and there's many more. I could go on for a long time about this, and I'm sure you're glad I'm not. But the last thing that's important is follow-up. Follow-up, follow-up, follow-up. Because, once you've had the conversation, regular salespeople tend to go away, and that's that. Or they'll come back around, they might send an email or make a phone call. I might stop by again. But after a short amount of time, they've moved on to try to go, sink some other ship, go get some other big fish or what have you. The top salespeople will stay in touch. They'll stay in regular contact, and nowadays, that can be automated, which is even better. I can talk to you more about that if you get a hold of me, KennethGHasty.com. But, the top salespeople, they're going to work smart. That's really the bottom line. So what do the top salespeople do differently? They work smart, and you can too. So let's get you into that top salespeople mode. Let's get you into the top salesperson mode. And if you're already the top salesperson, then let's get you into making some more money mode. So Kenneth G Hasty, if you like these, please like, forward, retweet, etc. And we'll keep doing these. So thank you so much, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Happy selling.